Can we find rest in Jesus in the midst of a troubled world? Did John the Baptist need rest from doubt? After Jesus had finished instructing his 12 disciples, he left and began teaching and preaching in the towns. John was in prison when he heard what Christ was doing. So John sent some of his followers to ask Jesus, "Are you the one we should be looking for? Or must we wait for someone else?" Did Jesus' answer reveal the real cause of their doubt? In severe trials, do we also feel abandoned by Christ? And Jesus answered them, "Go and tell John what you hear and see. The blind receive their sight, and the lame walk. Lepers are cleansed, and the deaf hear, and the dead are raised up. And the poor have good news preached to them. And blessed is the one who's not offended by me." What did Jesus say about John? As these men went away, Jesus began to speak to the crowds about John. "What did you go out in the wilderness to see? A reed swaying in the wind? What then did you go out to see? A man dressed in soft clothes? Look, those who wear soft clothes are in king's palaces. But what did you go out to see? A prophet? Yes, I tell you, and far more than a prophet. This is the one it's written about. Look, I'm sending my messenger ahead of you. He'll prepare your way before you." Was John a great man? Verily I say to you, among them that are born of women, there's not risen a greater than John the Baptist. Notwithstanding, he that is least in the kingdom of heaven is greater than he. Does God's kingdom on earth suffer violence? Has that continued throughout Christian history? From the time of John the Baptist until now, violent people have been trying to take over the kingdom of heaven by force. Was John a second Elijah? For all the prophets in the law prophesied until John. And if you're willing to accept it, John himself is Elijah who was to come. The one who has ears to hear, let him hear. Was that generation like children wanting the prophets to dance to their tune instead of preaching God's message? Is ours? But to what shall I liken this generation? It's like children sitting in the marketplaces and calling to their companions and saying, "We played the flute for you, and you didn't dance. We mourned to you, and you didn't lament." What accusations did people make? Are similar accusations still made regarding legitimate personal choices? For John didn't spend his time eating and drinking, and you say he's possessed by a demon. The Son of Man, on the other hand, feasts and drinks, and you say he's a glutton and a drunkard, and a friend of tax collectors and other sinners. But wisdom's shown to be right by its results. What judgment awaits those who reject Jesus? Then he began to denounce the cities in which most of his mighty works had been done, because they didn't repent. Woe to you, Chorazin! Woe to you, Bethsaida! For if the mighty works had been done in Tyre and Zidon, which were done in you, they would have repented long ago in sackcloth and ashes. But I tell you, it'll be more tolerable for Tyre and Zidon on the day of judgment than for you. You, Capernaum, who are exalted to heaven, you'll go down to Hades. For if the mighty works had been done in Sodom, which were done in you, it would have remained until today. But I tell you that it'll be more tolerable for the land of Sodom on the day of judgment than for you. To whom are the secrets of God revealed? At that time Jesus said, I praise you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because you've hidden these things from the wise and intelligent and have shown them to babies. Indeed, Father, this brings you happiness. My Father has handed all things over to me. No one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son, and anyone to whom the Son wants to reveal him. Nowhere in the entire New Testament is a rest on either Saturday or Sunday commanded. Choosing a rest day remains a valid personal choice, but not a mandate. Did Jesus give a spiritual application of the day of rest? If you're tired from carrying heavy burdens, come to me, and I'll give you rest. Take the yoke I give you, put it on your shoulders and learn from me. I'm gentle and humble, and you'll find rest. This yoke is easy to bear, and this burden is light. Those who rest in Jesus are rejected by the worldly wise. Whether or not we choose a particular day for rest, do we rest in Jesus? You decide.